out of all scouting paths and that you can actually build on. So
There
just
is
wanted
the
to
main,
note.
the third base between the two, but I agree. But just the fact that he scouted
that's
it being
really
Byzantium, a map that you don't see that. Well, yeah, it is really close. That's kind of where you want to put it. It seems like the third base above the natural is almost even closer. But I just have to point out, too, that forGG just did an excellent defense of this 10-15 game. And I think he realized right away.
Yeah, I agree.
When he saw that robotics, he knew it was not really a bluff, but it wasn't really as heavy as it could have been. And Stork stopped producing goons. And actually, he's got 2 zealots out, so I think he's going to stick to Reaver.
He might be going for a break.
There's the support bay. He could be going for some sort of bulldog break, but I can't imagine that working considering forGG has that bunker and he has the tanks right behind it. So Stork's definitely going to lose the shuttle and probably the zealots if he goes for it. Oh my god, is he going to elevator?
Like
he doesn't have a Reaver out. Oh my god, he's going to elevator into forGG's base. This is crazy. But forGG, I think, has scouted it. forGG has to know that he's going for a shuttle, but this is crazy. Like, I think Stork really played against forGG here. This is kind of an unorthodox play. I don't think... Do you think he planned this the whole time? Like, he was going to build the robotics there and then an elevator? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. No, his robotics is in his base, man. It's not down there. He never built it there.
Right, but he wanted to build it.
He wanted. Oh, yeah. As is whether he was going to elevator from there. No, I think he was probably going to go into a Reaver, and I think he just decided to do this. I think he just saw the opening, the opportunity presented itself, and he decided to do it. Either that, or it's probably something that he practiced. He played this map before, and he noticed that there's a really lot of space in the main, and so he decided to do it. He's going to do a lot of damage here. He's already picked off 1 tank, and there's just a lot of units there. forGG is spread too thin to really defend this effectively. He is not going to kill him, but I mean, it's slowing him down a lot, that's for sure. It's giving Stork the time he needs to get up his Nexus and get back economically in this game. Especially when the Reaver comes out. I think the Reaver's going to do a lot of damage. I mean, especially if he has some more units in that shuttle. He's going to have 4 or 5 Dragoons plus a shuttle with a Reaver in it inside forGG's base with which to do damage. And that's going to be really deadly. Considering there are no turrets up, I think that turret's just barely going to finish in time. Okay, the Reaver takes 1 shot. And okay, nice. He got a shot off on the far tank. That's the one that counts. Oh man, 2 tanks going down. Wow, that hurt. Okay, that tank is going to be really low. Oh my god, that was amazing. Dude, he dropped that in the perfect window. And there's Stork's Reaver control for you. Wow, if this Scarab goes off, it's going to be... Oh, wow. You know what? I don't think that was as many SCVs as
Oh my god.
Oh, wow, that was pretty brutal. Oh my Jesus Christ. Stork's Reaver control is really good, and it's tearing forGG up right here. I mean, he was just not ready for this. This totally killed him. That was a lot of SCVs and a lot of tanks that went down. Losing 4 tanks this early in the game is just a disaster. I mean, what the hell do you do in this situation if you're forGG? Okay, it looks like he's beating it back now, and the shuttle's going to have to retreat, but he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, this is so bad, because the attack really worked in 2 prongs. First, he did the elevator drop, and just like you said, it opened up, and it gave Stork the time to build his economy back up. And he actually is able to safely take that 3rd Nexus and transfer probes without worrying about any sort of harassment. And that whole time that forGG's SCVs were off of his mineral line, he couldn't increase his factory count. And right now, if forGG wanted to, he could have increased to 4, even 6 facts and gone for an aggressive push. But he's really limited to staying to these 2 factories and 2 bases. Looks like Stork actually, wow, dropping the Dragoon, then dropping the Reaver. He gets a shot off, kills about 3 SCVs. Nice move there from Stork. But yeah, the second part of that attack is after he took out all those tanks, he went right in with that Reaver and the Zealots. He picked off a lot of SCVs and is able to get ahead economically now that he caught back up in terms of military. So Stork is just looking excellent. Oh my god. Oh, I thought Stork was going to get that again. So forGG actually manages to take Stork chasing the 1 tank with a Dragoon, but not going to let that happen. forGG showing okay control, but it's just not up to the level that Stork's is. And I don't know if forGG wasn't ready for a Reaver. It seemed like after he scouted it, he kind of was in the mindset that, okay, this guy might Reaver me. But he didn't put up the perimeter turrets. Now, we saw Nada versus Jangbi on this map twice, and Nada always put up those perimeter turrets to ward off the Reaver. And it seems like forGG, a lot more of a macro-based player, willing to cut the turrets and try and go for a more economic build, and that really didn't work out. He didn't have the turrets to spot that elevator. He didn't have the turrets to keep off the shuttle, and now he's hurting. And forGG, with the good timing, any normal Terran would know that Protoss is going to take a base here. Well, yeah, Stork did do it off one
base,
base,
so
but
came
forGG
sooner,
has
so,
to
you
know.
don't have time to build that many turrets. He should have definitely had at least 1 or 2 in his mineral line sooner. I wouldn't have done much, but he should have had a turret sooner. But there's no way that you're building 3 perimeter turrets that early. So, I mean, it's understandable.
That's true, because
there.
Jangbi went from a lot heavier of a 10-15 gate opening. He actually pressured pretty hard with the Dragoons and took out the barracks before he went into that Reaver, and actually not a stemmed down one of them. So I guess I agree with you there. Stork's Reaver was a lot faster than Jangbi was. And finally now, forGG adding his factories. It's 11 minutes in the game already, and forGG is just going up to 4 factories now. This just isn't looking good. I think I saw Stork's gateway count going up around 8. Yeah, it's just
he put down a whole
huge.
bunch just now.
And
his third base is up
more. He's not even teching. I don't think he's just going to be powering units here. And there's not a lot forGG could do, because let's say hypothetically and actually 2 more factories. So forGG, not to say he's all in, but he's going to produce a lot of units off of 2 bases, and he's going to try and push out. Because even if he takes that 3rd base, is what I was trying to say, is that 3rd base won't do him any good. It doesn't have a gas, and he's going to lose so much and cost so much to him. Taking that 3rd base is just not worth it. So he's just going to build up off of these 2 bases. And I think 2-base play is good on this map, especially if you can get a lot of harassment in. But in the standpoint that forGG is right now, I can't see 2-base push working, because just like you said, Stork's 3rd base is already up and running. He's got massive amounts of gateways.
Stork's probe count is actually pretty low, and he's not producing probes anymore. So look, he's cutting probes to, I guess to go for a break or something.
Oh, the Reaver.
Oh wow, and this is gonna work. This is totally gonna work right here. Maybe he's expecting a super early push from forGG.
Oh my
so
god, look at that Reaver control. Actually lost it there, but
yeah, lost it. But still, he did a lot of damage. I mean, the Scarabs with the Reaver were really strong. Although, you know what? Oh, holy shit, there's a lot more units coming down from Stork. Okay, so this is probably why he's been cutting probes. He's probably going to finish the game right now. Yeah, exactly. There's only 3 tanks from forGG, I think. 3 tanks and 3 vultures.
Oh, no, forGG
did not expect it. Yeah,
good.
Being unsieged was a total disaster. He's going to be able to get his tanks back in time. Actually, pretty good control there from forGG to retreat his tanks completely. Retreat behind the turret so that they can't get dropped on by the Zealot. And basically just losing a bunker and getting his tank set up in position. So that was a pretty good control, but still, he's in a horrible situation right now. And once leg speed gets up, he's going to have a lot of trouble holding these pushes from Stork.
forGG trying to sneak some vultures out there. At least he's doing it. He knows he needs to do something to come back in this game, so I guess this is a good move. But now that Stork is ahead, and see, look at that defense. I mean, he even used the Citadel and only 1 cannon, so Stork definitely just playing extremely well, showing that he can play PvT really strong. And that's one of Stork's best, his PvT. It's just so strong, and he doesn't really need to do anything to do that. As you can see, he's just massing up units off of gateways and pushing in. He's just going to end it now, and it looks like kind of a shitty, whatever. God, I can't even think of the name. Zealot bombs, I guess Bulldog, I guess you want to call it. It's kind of late in the game, but he's ending this. forGG just can't hold this. He's only got a couple tanks, a couple vultures. And Stork is just doing an excellent job of keeping forGG's tank count low. forGG doesn't have any buildings blocking off his natural expansion. I think all forGG has going for him is he's got 6 factories, and it's at his base, but if Stork could reinforce this faster, I think Stork could have ended it a long time ago. It looks like there's something in the bottom right. Is Stork trying to expand? What's that in the bottom right?
I have no idea.
Maybe looking for a hidden base. That's maybe what I would do. I would probably just sit in 2 bases and just hide a base, and oh my god.
These Zealots, okay.
That's gonna end it, I think. Just like now that speed's out. This is done for. This is an unfortunate game.
As long as he doesn't run
that was really one-sided. Stork pretty much dominated that game from start to finish. There's really forGG played well, but there's really like nothing he could do. And GG from forGG. So I don't know.
Stork just found a really good hole. He found a hole and he exploited it really well. And really, what more can you say about that? That elevator totally killed forGG. He was not expecting it at all. He didn't see it coming until all the units were in his base, and that's just too late. So that's one of the drawbacks of siege expanding. If you get elevated, you're pretty much fucked. There's almost nothing you can do if you don't catch it in time.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But anyway, I want to keep this to 2 parts, so we can move on and add any thoughts to the next game, unless there's anything you want to add before we cut it.
No, you know what? I think this game was pretty straightforward. I think the elevator worked really well for Stork. He found, I think it shows that he definitely knows the map and has had some practice, because that he knew that there's that little corner there where he has a lot of space to drop shit, and forGG, if he makes his base normally, he won't have vision of that area. So I think that that's really the most significant part of the game, and other than that, I think we can just move on to the next one. So unless you have any final thoughts.
No, just
Nope.
sucks seeing
Nope.
forGG lose this quick. But yeah, let's move on. I hope
Yep.
you guys enjoyed that game, and peace out. Stay tuned for game 2.
Peace out.